everybody. I'm Paul. I'll let you into a little secret. If you're a child of any age who's born beside the seaside, it's illegal to gamble. It's legal to gamble. So anyone of any age, school age, can gamble because they're classed as family entertainment centres. And basically, that's what got me hooked into slot machine gambling. The main thing with the movements for me were grown-ups giving me loose change. Both of us not realising the pitfalls. If I won, they said, brilliant. When I lost, it was, never mind. Either way, it didn't really matter spending other people's money. Imagine. This was absolutely fantastic. Whatever results, I got praise or comfort. Kind of a win-win situation, which was wrong. What started out as a bit of harmless fun, a treat to pass some of the time, soon became a necessity all of the time. But now I was wasting my own money, not on all everyday stuff. My school bus fares took a different route. My snack bar dough just got eaten up. My weekly spends didn't last to the end of the day. My paper on earnings just seemed old news. My birthday money blew away not long after candles. My piggy bank ended up saying, oink oink. Like all of you, I've tried new things. For the most part, were desirable. At an impressionable but vulnerable age, sometimes not easy to know the difference. Being pulled into an inviting world. I developed a 3.5-year addiction, robbing me of my teenage years. Nothing else matters much to me. Becoming well and truly addicted. A sort of Jekyll and Hyde. Only I realised it wasn't about the money, but much more than that. My whole life. Admitting eventually, having the courage to want to stop, receiving the help I so needed. My temptation was what went into the machine does come out, but this isn't the case. My attitude was, I've been feeding for ages. I must be due a win. If only. My dream was scooping a jackpot. Without this, life was intolerable. My excuse was a short time between play and outcome. Meant it just flew by. My emotion was, when I was left with nothing, it wouldn't take away my misery as well. My future is that I'm so fortunate not becoming an adult compulsive gambler. Unknown to me, my mum was from the Samaritans, really concerned about a gambling to his son. She didn't know where to turn, pouring her heart out. I cried for help on my behalf. Apparently put in touch with Gamblers Anonymous, an organisation that helps people with group therapy. The next day, one of their members visited our house. Beforehand, I was primed that someone was coming specifically to see me. I assumed it was some football club, say a scout, so obviously I was going to be there. He arrived, and me, my mum, and this chap went to our living room. He introduced himself as Dave from GA. I said, GA? Where's that then? As I couldn't think of any team beginning with a G. Is it some athletic? I asked him. No reply. It's Gamblers Anonymous. I looked back in disbelief. His only gambling was to tell me that he gambled for over 50 years, but was now in recovery. I remember thinking, you know, Paul, you've been well and truly set up, mate. Here under false pretences. With a piercing glare across to my mum, I turned my head away in disgust. I just sat there motionless. I didn't want to be there. Then he told me the next weekly meeting was nearly 3 whole weeks away, as both meeting nights fell on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve respectively. I can't tell you how relieved I was to hear that, though if I wanted to get in touch with him, he was only ever a telephone call away. I didn't do. That would have been a mission of my gambling addiction. I wasn't ready to face that yet, but I knew this was inevitable. Towards the end of the holiday period, I started to win tokens. My mum found them and they're confiscated. I demanded them back, as it's not real money, I said to her. I know that she replied, realising what I just said. A couple of days later, I went to my first meeting, or should I say forced to, by my insistent mother. My chaperone pulled up in his car. I don't know why, but I hoped he wouldn't turn up. I can vividly remember the setting as I entered the meeting room. About 2 rows of red dozen chairs, each in a sort of semicircle. At the front facing us was where the chairman was seated. Morris's role for the evening would help things run along smoothly. If I happened to be a new member, they were made to feel like the most important person in the whole world. To the right of him was what I nicknamed as a truth chair. It was basically a place where the chosen person would come and sit, ready to share their story. Then it could be a 5-minute account, have their day been, an update how they coped since their last meeting, or a 20-minute or so guess out system, warts and all. I made a point of sitting next to Dave at the back as people entered the meeting room. I was shocked at how normal they actually looked. Imagine beforehand down and out from Cardboard City. But everyday Joe they passed in the street, each having their own issues and demons to deal with. They were surprised to see someone as young as me sitting there as one of them. The meeting began with people introducing themselves with a first name only, and one less gambled. Some said a couple of years, some said a few months. Then the Mexican wave came round to me. With stumbling fear I said, my name's Paul. The last time I gambled was about 4 o'clock. I call it the bluntness of youth, but they instantly warmed to my sheer honesty. This made me feel more at ease. People began to tell their stories. I remained a quiet observer. Towards the end of the meeting, I was asked if I wanted to say something. Why should I? What have I got to confess to? I haven't got a real problem like this lot. Everyone apart from me could empathise with some of the previous person mentioned. All the punchlines are flowing about what they'd won and what they'd lost. But I didn't get it. There'd be hundreds of thousands of pounds spent easy by these people, and that's just on their own, without anybody else's help. It's as if the individual stories had to justify in some way their money's worth of misery in a somewhat orchestrated confession. It was at this very moment I had a reality check in my own life and where I could be heading to. Then I thought, do I really want to go through a decade or so of such elation and devastation just to get this encore? I thought, no, I bloody well don't. The emotion I felt for them was actually pity. If you take away the vast sums of money, then I felt all they felt. The instant rational thought when your last penny is gone. The utter collapse of tension with that dry mouth swallow feeling. The frustration of electricity running through your veins, pleading to release somehow. Because you've done it again, haven't you? Next week, I was going to come here for me. Not for my mum or anyone else, but for me. I'm in denial no more. I'm about to be set free. I've now made a problem to others. I want to stop completely. I'm ready for the help I so need. If it wasn't for my courageous mother Pam, I wouldn't be able to say. My name is Paul. I'm a compulsive gambler. And the last time I gambled was the 6th of January, 1987. Thank you.